Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My opinion is at the moment is you can't see me, and I'm just waiting for one of my cameras to come online. It has decided not gonna play this evening. It's decided it's having a Saturday off. I honestly can't get the damn thing to come back to where I want it to. Back in a moment. There we are, it's back online. I can see myself again and you can see me too. Now I'm just in the... Not having the best of days with technology. I'm still trying to create videos and I still can't make videos. There's my... Well, today the problem is that I can't get film I've made on my phone. Can't get it to come over to my computer. It's too large. Good evening, Duff. Good evening, Lee. Good evening, Wilkie. Welcome back, Wilkie. Glad to see you're still with us. Worried about you last night when you weren't around. So, where are we? We're going in the human comedy. That's what we're doing for tonight. Mr. Ridley has been very busy this week and he's delivered me a setup. And he says this setup will give you what you need. It will deliver everything that you want. Frustrated with gonna go and change the engine. Definitely it's what she said, not there. Well, Mr. Ridley's delivered me a tune. We'll show you what it did for him. There we go. Now I've got my tune on my iPad here, which is great. Oh, output adjustment was 76. Ah, donkey. According to what I've got here, it's 95. But my iPad is just not choosing to load the relevant screens when I want. So where are we? We've just done that. New medication, all sorts of side effects. They'll ease, doctor said, but make you sick, give intense headaches and make sure gripes with. Look, see, I'm so sorry for you, mate. I know it's rubbish, but it will come good. It will, bud. Medication is worst at most times. Right, we're now in. We've got a tune that's going to work, but I'm just a little bit worried that this isn't the right tune now. 451.95, where it should be. This car's mental. Car's totally mental. I'm going to leave that on 95. I'm going to put the turbo charger back to high RPM, 428. Evening, Azza. We don't want the anti-lag. I think we're just going to leave that exactly where that is, I think. And we can't because his acceleration is a good quarter of a second faster. And he's got a little bit more. So I'm going to add a couple of parts. Because he hasn't sent me that page. He's just sent me... He might have. That's a screenshot. High RPM turbo. Ah, that's what he's got installed. There we go. So you guys will see everything I've done. So bore up. We can't let the PP go over 460. High lift camshaft, definitely. It's engine balance tuning we don't want. Good evening, Seth. That's good. Titanium com rods and pistons. Takes us to 457. High lift camshaft. That takes us over. We do have high lift camshaft though. Don't know what's going on there. Never mind, we're inside the target of 460, so I'm told this drives like an absolute dream. So we're going to find that out. And we will give it a shot. Now I believe, well, this is the interesting bit. Look. There he is. Mr. Ridley, Mustang 27. He's there on 26 laps. Go to the top 10 stars, and there he is, just behind Lee on 26. Damien's on 26. Lee, who is with us, is on 26. Now I'm told if I can go quick enough, I should be able to put in 28.5s with this lap, with this car. And that should give us a shot at 27s. We'll find out. Engine map 4. Oh my lord. Ah, I know what the problem is. Yes. We turned off all assists last night, didn't we? Good. Try again. My lord. Don't like that at all. Mr. Wilkes, you've lied to me. This is a dog. Taking the turbo off it. Need it. Should have tested it, shouldn't I, before it came online. Why won't it stay on the fuel map? I'll drive it. Mr. Wilk, Mr. Ridley, you've I know it's not that to do with you, sorry. Mr. Ridley, you've dealt me a wrong un. This doesn't drive well at all. It's an absolute slug. So what have I done wrong with the setup? Got to be gearing. Got to be gearing. There's got to be one of these hidden screens here that's for gearing. And I can't see them. Something wrong with the PS app. It's not displaying images correctly. There's the gearing. There it is. There we go. Good as your party. I don't drive well this. Yeah, well, I've seen a video. I've got a video on this of Mr. Ridley driving an absolutely blinding lap. The lap is stunning. But for whatever reason, 5125 is right. Got to be gearing. .946. I'm used to driving these cars cold, not having any sort of real massive practice, but 616. Can't believe just how sloppy this is. Four, 6. That should equal 300. That's 309. I'm assuming that's possibly... don't know. Screenshots aren't in any particularly much of an order. It's a racing gearbox. Racing gearbox, yeah. Speeds are different. Let's try. If it's rubbish, it's rubbish. There's not a lot we can do. A lot of the stuff on here comes down to driving technique and your own personal preference. When I put the throttle down, it shouldn't be leaping and diving everywhere. Maybe we need traction control. Shouldn't do that. That's rubbish, Mr. Ridley. And I've changed my setup to suit your setup. I haven't got anything else planned for this other than this tonight, because I was expecting this to be an absolute dreamboat. It's actually not. It's horrible. Don't expect it to be as savage as this when I go on and off the brakes. Now Mr. Ridley went through the corner in 5th gear there on the video, and this doesn't want to turn at all. It's an absolute slug. There's no way in the world this is going to do anything like the time that showed on his video. None whatsoever. And I've destroyed my setup making his setup, so we're in trouble. I can't believe it just reacts the way it does when I put the throttle down. I'm not forgetting, we've not got the high turbo one that he shows in his setup. What are we going to do with this? The way it just dives in. That's savagely horrible. there's something. I think he sent me the wrong screenshot. I honestly do. It is not driving at all the way it does in his video. I could show you the video. .222 on the outlap, and we need to hit 218s. I don't think that's as bad as it looks. I don't think that's as bad as it looks at all. I knew it was too good to be true when he said I've got a setup and it drives so well. Good evening, Boris. Yeah, it is. It is extremely hard because the car is so difficult to drive. Ideally, I want a lap time of 2:17.5. I think I might have to take off the ASM. The ASM seems to be the thing that's making this react badly. We'll have a look at Mr. Ridley's video in a minute. It's just out of control. Okay. Let's do it. Let's have a look at Mr. Ridley's video and refresh ourselves with what he's. He does a 2:20.083 there. If I did a 2:22 opening lap, his opening lap was a 2:25, so it's not that bad. Here we go. It'll be a little bit framey to start with. He's got ASM on. But it's 2:21.5 on lap 12. Third gear out of that corner. It's on fuel map 5. Okay. Interesting, he used the braking markers. He brakes a lot earlier than I do. Back end, done half turn a lot. Look at it go. .47.7 at that point. He did well to get it round. Putting in 22 ones. Not done bad at all. Nice and wide through there. Braking early but not braking through the corner. Braking well early for there. I normally brake for there just on the edge of the curb. Bit of a break before the hill, the back end comes round. I think I might have taken him far too literally about saying it's a really good fun to drive. It looks good to drive. I think he's just driving it well. Comes through the line with a 220.9. Okay. 219.15. Well, let's fuel map 5 it. Let's see if we can dial some of the jumpiness out of it. Probably needs a brake just a little bit earlier there. Did a 47.9 through there. The old doesn't like me turning in there, does it? I think I need to take that traction control down one. We'll brake well early as per the video. To 19.150. If I can do an outlap of a 22, can't get the damn thing to come back. He should be able to do an 18. Should be able to take 4 seconds off that. Just can't get the damn thing to slow down. I need to get used to it and adjust to it, I think. But I need to do 17s, not 18s. I know Mr. Dorian will correct me. 217.5s, that's what you need. No, that's what it'll say. You can hear the voices now. .46.9, that's a second quicker than Ridley did. Mr. Ridley. Such a jittery, fighty thing. I don't know how I'm going to keep this going for an hour. I'm going to get far too casual with it, aren't I? Nearly 4 seconds inside. Your outlap was a 27. I don't know how to settle this down. I feel like another 50 kilogram of weight over the front axle will sort this out a little bit. Evening, Slippery. Thank you for pointing out that error earlier, much appreciated. 18.2, so we're only 0.7 away. The damn thing is just sliding everywhere. No tyre wear of any perceivable amount. Oh, I hope everybody saw the new track announcements and league thing. That's been published today. I need to put them on Facebook and YouTube. Get them out there. It was a great race last night, really enjoyed that. And the 3 races we did afterwards were really good as well. Everyone's getting so much quicker. They really pointed out to me that grid position really is key. $17.9, we're getting there. Just got to get smoother. Oh no! And that is the savageness of this car. It just... We need to sanitize it. We can see that the lap time is there. We just need to make this better. So one thing I did notice is we took 50 kilogram out of the car. I'm going to put 50 kilogram back in. And I'm going to move the weight back a wee bit. Let's see how that changes things. Yeah, it's so unpredictable. I didn't even feel the sense it going. Much better now though. That extra weight has made the car very much better. An outlap of a 22 is good. 21 would be even better. Ay, 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 ay. Wasn't even looking at the road then. With all the help aids on as well, it shouldn't really be this savage. I mean, it is. Need to get the car more stable. I need to drive it much more smoothly. Let the back end go. Can't get it to come back. Change my braking point to the white lines in the centre of the road. No! Now it's even worse. Why won't it go back to what the fuel map settings that I already set it on? I can do traction control, can't I? I can do traction control from the setting, and it's just fuel map. What if I give it low boost turbo now? Whether it will ride better? I wonder. Look at fuel economy. Needs to do 13 laps on this first tank. Generally don't know why it flicks and twitches quite so much. I think I want to take ASM off, and it'll stop this wavering about. Just, I have no control over that at all. I'm not in control of this car, not by any means. Those settings, this traction control 3, that'll save me having to do one of those things, and I'll take ASM off. We'll regret that instantly as soon as we start again, won't we? See if we can stop this waggling about. Oh, yeah. Come on, hold on. At least I know which way it's going to go, and when I correct it, I'm going to be able to correct it. ASM's trying to do that for me, and I'm trying to fight it all the time. Be a slower lap, I think. It feels much slower. Lap time is there, or sorry, fuel mileage is there. Hey. Right, we have to find a way learning to drive this. We'll get there. Short shift it all the time. Five gears it is. I feel like the counter steer is working against me now as well. Can't complete a lap. Evening, fat man. The thing about the low boost turbo is it is going to try and push you in the lower part of the rev range as you're coming out of corners, which is going to be tremendously difficult, as this thing is wanting to fight you every minute. So having the power exit in the corner is really not where you want it, really. But a 23, that'll mean an 18. What we've got to do is learn to drive it smoothly. Would the high rev turbo be the one, because it will be calling for the revs later? Unless I'm really thrashing the gears coming out the corners. Now I'm already seeing that I can go fuel map 4. The first time I put it up, just a tweak. Car's going way too fast at the corner. So fuel map 5 it is. Skittish. Yeah, the cappuccino was as wild as this, wasn't it? It properly was. We lost 0.2 of a second there, 0.3 of a second. But there isn't an easy part of this circuit where you can take a breather and have a moment. It's all full on, this circuit. Coming over the crest of the hill. As soon as you crest the hill, you fight in the counter steer into the braking zone, which is so much longer than it used to be. A 16.6. No, what are you doing? Why? What? 16.6 though. That's 0.9 of a second quicker than we need to be. So what I need to do is find out why the back of the car is trying to do what it does. I reckon another 50 to 60 kilos in the middle of the car will make the difference. We've got half a second we can give away. We just want to try and stabilize the car. Ooh, that's wrong. We just want to try and stabilize the car. TC6. Yeah, the traction control, unfortunately, after 3 seems to really retard the car. And I don't think it's... I think we'll get traction with weight. I think. I mean, at the end of the day, so much of this comes down to trial and error. We've got fuel. We know we've got plenty of fuel. Does traction control go to 6? Well, it goes to 5, doesn't it? A lap time of 16.6 is just knockout. That gives me so much confidence that we're doing exactly the right thing. But then to have that confidence and the car just sail away from you the next corner, it's just like, oh my lord. Gotta do this for an hour. Fair enough doing it for a lap, but oh, it did it there. Back end just went away. I just don't know what happened there. Just went for the brakes in normal place and it just did not slow down. Got to do this for an hour, and that's what's rattling around my head at the minute. An hour without any mistakes. You're putting up the Christmas tree. Good on you, man. That's early. That's early. It's not even December. Does that mean she's going to start on the mulled wine and the Advocar, the what they call snowballs? Start the snowballs early. Mince pies. Getting all on the Christmas. Good on you, man. We're not doing Christmas this year. If we're doing Christmas, it'll be entirely different. Yeah, that's the thing. The hour comes in a bit, doesn't it? Got to get the car driving well. We know we've got 3/4 of a second at least we can give back. We can hit that wall, can't we, quite happily? (16.6), awesome. Just got to be able to do it again. How do we sanitize the car without slowing it down too much? Brake as soon as we see the base of that inflatable gantry. There's an opening lap of 21.6. Glass of red wine. Yes, there's your mantra. Happy wife, happy life. Yeah. So my planning for Christmas was today to take the wife through the planned itinerary for the drive to Dallas. Showing her Area 51. Hoover Dam, just south of Vegas. Another dam at another lake, which we're going to drive past. And down to Albuquerque and places. Roswell, New Mexico. But we found out the Gas Monkey Garage restaurant's no longer open. That closed down for COVID. Happy days. Ooh, come on, come back. Catswood District, yeah, ours used to do that. This isn't a tremendously quick lap, I've just lost control of it. How do we settle this down that little bit more? Is it fuel map 6 just to take the pace out of it? What else have we got that we can do? We could go medium RPM turbo and try and take that early push out of it, as long as we're not revving too high. I don't know why the silencer is on normal and not racing. That's interesting. I don't know why you did the lightning either. I don't know why we went body lightning when we could actually use the weight. We could use the weight, couldn't we, to help stabilize the car? Should we take the weight reduction off? And see if that can help give the car some more stability, maybe, rather than being amazingly light. I think it's worth the spendage. Let's go and because it won't undo wide body. It will just take the lightning off. I'll take it. Happy days. Only the 11th. It's the 9th today, isn't it? We're a day short of being able to giveaways. That'll be next week. Let's reset the body and take the lightning off. So the weight goes to 724, and that's weight all over the car. So I was supposed to go back in there and put the body strengthening back on. It's 700 kilos. Let's see if that... It's going to make it harder to stop, isn't it? What it is going to do. How much? Fuel map 5. Did we do the medium RPM turbo thing? Probably should have been third gear through there. Low RPM turn. The only way we can keep the back of the car from doing what it's doing. Can't do a lap. Can't buy a lap. The extra weight seems to, feels to have made the difference. I don't understand. Maybe I don't need to change down gear. Maybe I'm locking up the rear axle. Thought it was going to be too easy to come on here tonight, throw the setup on, drive the laps, set the record. Thought that was how it was going to go. watched that video and thought, I've only got to take 2 seconds off that lap time. Took 4 seconds off that lap time. 3.5 seconds off. I can't drive the car, it's an absolute savage. Lift and coast. That's a decent outlap. Definitely think you're on to something, Mr. Ridley. You just made this look so easy. I have to say, it is not easy at all. I'm not in control of the car at all. It does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. I can't judge how it's going to react going into a corner. I don't know what it's going to do on the way out. It's savage. It's only going to be a 218. If I can get it to get to the end of the lap, that is. And that is why it's unpredictable. Unbelievable. Unbelievably difficult. I thought I got to the routine. I thought I got to the point where I could lift and coast through the corner. And now it just won't. It just does want. I can't get it stable. I can't get it to roll through the corner. It looked like a 215 was going to happen, didn't it? It just doesn't want to. That's about a second slower than my fastest through there. I'd like a 50, a 5.0 through there. But I can't make the car do what I want it to do. It fights me at every single turn. Have I just got to go slower and I'm actually going too fast into the corners? That's my feel now. I feel my confidence is up and I'm trying to do too much with it. Trying to go too fast because I'm seeing the hours, the minutes, the seconds tick off. Knowing that I'm doing really good speeds. Just can't get the car to be consistent. And that's down to me, I think. I think I'm rashing it. Trying to drive it too fast. Do you remember back at Deep Forest with the cappuccino where I spent a whole evening trying to get the first lap and the second lap into a timed bracket? And we wasted a whole evening because I was just fighting the car all the time. I think that's where I am again now. I think I'm not driving with sympathy. But look, the times fell away now because I'm trying to drive the car. That's shocking bad. Bit harder to accelerate with all this weight on, but it's trying to stabilize the car a bit. Have I gone just a little bit too far with the weight maybe? And now I've put weight on all over the body with having taken the lightning off. Maybe I could take maybe 30 or 40 kilos away and try and give a little bit back to the car, maybe. I wonder if that'll help just smoothen things up a little bit. Trying to be gentle with it and smooth, not trying to be too savage. Get the feeling that needs to be a 35. Probably is on a flying lap. Other cars, you don't actually have to brake to go into that corner, you just lift. This one, I know it needs a bit of braking. Brake as soon as we see the base of that tower, base of that inflatable gantry, that's when you need to brake. That's an okay opening lap, it's not too bad. I know exactly what went on there. I missed my braking point. I braked too late. Get that right. We'll get there. It's never going to be a first try gets it, I don't think. I don't understand. I'm just going to take a 2-second break. I'm just going to go to the gents and I'll be Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I'm not sure whether that's, I can call that as Pen UFC. Thank you very much. I don't know if that's our as. As has joined Twitter, I don't think so. Right, so do we take the weight off? Or do we move the weight back again? Put it in the middle of the car and drop it to 110. Maybe. Still inside the weight limit, aren't we? Yeah. Still inside the PP limit. Faster. Oh, wow. What the chuff? How? I don't know. I'm not even going to ask. Maybe it needs that weight then. Is it because I lifted the throttle and didn't keep the throttle in? Therefore it unweighted the back of the car because it wasn't driving? Unpredictable. I'm going to just lift a little bit. Well, you have to lift, but you have to then put the throttle straight back down. Needs the weight. It needs the weight. Can't do anything with it. Where are we? 140. No idea where it's going. I don't think that's going to change with... Oh, feel that. We moved the weight backwards, didn't we? Why does the car change so? I wonder if the weight needs to go further back. I don't want it to act as a pendulum, I want it to act as weight over the back wheels to stop it kicking. This is where we check the traction control and we find out it's gone back to 0. I have absolutely no idea what's going on now. Changed completely. So we've got to put the weight back to the front. It's got to be minus 20, minus 25. Because that just wants to spit out at that point, doesn't it? I feel like I'm starting to change too much now. Just need to get into being consistent. Doing what we need to. I feel like I want to put more weight in it. Just breaks free, doesn't it, as it's entering the corner? Let it rev out too high, didn't I? Low spool turbo, so all the power is in the bottom end of the rev range. I can't go from high to low revs without unsettling the car, really got to just try and keep the power all in the lower rev range. That's okay. Braked at the right point this time. Let's see where we go. Looking for a 16.9 or 17.0. That's what we're looking for. Do not fight me. .46 is kind of okay. It needs to be 45 really. I don't want to speak too soon. I just don't know why it did that. I don't know why the car just didn't want to brake into that corner. It was horrible. 17.4 is on schedule. She wanted to go again, didn't she? .46.7's bad. It's only going to get worse with less fuel, I think. Only going to become more unstable. Just don't know what happened. I know I didn't get it down into third gear, which I should have done. But it was so unstable going into the corner, I didn't have time to think about changing down. Lost 3 seconds. This is a 220, which is just shockingly bad. But the tyres have gone from really grippy to just having nothing. I don't know whether that's dirt or whether the tyres are now overheated because of the extra weight we've put on the car. I don't know whether we've done the wrong thing. It makes it... Look, it just can't get the car to come in and out of corners anymore. .21's bad. That's 5 seconds lost for the opening lap. Just gone, and I don't know why. Well, that's a puzzler, isn't it? It really is a puzzler. Mr. Ridley gave us a setup, sent us a video, and it looked absolutely awesome. Now, it just doesn't want to drive. Maybe. Normal turbocharge, we dropped to 389. I appreciate our... If I put that back up to the high RPM turbocharger, it only drops it to 12.2. Whereas Mr. Ridley is definitely on 11 point something. 1199, that's where he is. It's not going to change anything. Horsepower's way up at 466. I don't know how to steady the car down. Stability is plus 0.8. Don't know. All we can do is find out. Trying to make the car just that little bit more drivable. I generally don't know whether we're cooking the tyres with all the weight. Let the thing rev out only when you're on the straight. Short shift to keep it out of the turbo in the corners. I feel like I'm overheating the tyres. Even though it puts in a 16 or a 17, the tyres can't cope with the amount of weight and heat that's generated with that. I've just switched to the high turbo now. I was using the low RPM turbo, but I wondered if that was overheating the tyres in the revs going through the corners, and then we're getting all the power coming out of the corners at the time where we want to be accelerating. Hey Andy, 1275 GT, there's a Mini, if ever I saw one. I've not seen a 1275 GT in a long time. My brother used to have one back in the day. 23, that's 2 seconds slower, but we are on fuel map 6. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Lovely car. Fuel is good. It was my favourite shape Mini, the 1275. Oh, a yellow one. Yeah, my brother had a black with gold striping and gold lettering. Lovely. Come on, stay straight. No, you're not going to, are you? Yeah. I don't know why they haven't done that with one of the modern Minis, rather than make it the big old chunky thing. I don't know why they didn't keep the Clubman line looking like the Clubman, but hey, that's designers, isn't it, and brands. They can do what they want, but I'd have thought they'd have wanted to do something of that sort of thing, rather than make it really an entirely different car. Austin 998. I drove an Austin 1100. Was the first car I ever borrowed. What the hell just happened there? Oh my god. Completely unpredictable car. We've gone from highs and lows on this one in the last hour and a half. We've gone from what we thought was a real chance of having a go to something that won't do 3 laps. I want to go and look at the torque curve that Lee talked about and see if there's anything in that. Austin Mini. A long time ago, when that name was synonymous with the Mini. Long time ago. The Austin name went out when the Metro came along. And MG took over it, didn't it? MG Metros. They were all the same sort of car though. No real change. A car just not turning now. Didn't we just? A lot of them, like MG did itself in. Bad deals, bad bargains, bad engines. At the end it just folded in on itself, didn't it? Because it didn't have what it was. Tata bought it because it was dead in the water and worth nothing. I must admit though, the brand is back. The brand is definitely back. MG is back on the market again. The Maestro on the Montego, oh yeah. They were cars, and they were quite powerful little cars as well, the Maestro and the Montego. They had their own little group following, didn't they? They were pig ugly cars though. Right, we're way slower. We're 2 seconds slower with what we've done. Let's see if we can get this to get around. We're slower with this turbo. We're faster with the low RPM. And then it's just done it again. I just have no idea what it's doing. No idea whatsoever. What do we do? Drink more whiskey. Got it. Questions for the audience. MG did a version of the Maestro. Yeah, they definitely did. Definitely did. Well, we could Google it and find out, couldn't we? I'm sure they did, because there was a couple of guys I used to know back in the day, and they had MGs. They were called Mick and Graham of all the names. MG Maestro. Yes, they did. Well, yeah, he says. MG Maestro 2.0 Owners Club. Yes, they definitely did. What a smart looking car that is. Produced between 1984 and 1991. 32,249 of them were made. So yeah, you're 100% correct. They had 115 brake horsepower. Yes, I remember people having MG Metros. Yes. Well, you then led on to the Metro 6R4, didn't they? But, right, how are we going to sort this shed of sheds out? Let's have a look at Lee, what Lee was talking about. Let's have a look at the most favourable turbo curve. So, medium, normal's fairly smooth, but with the torque curve dipping away there at probably 4,500 RPM. The normal got power to 426, that's 410, 426. The medium is flatter, that's more aggressive. I'd say the medium is probably, alongside the normal, well, the medium is probably the turbo to go with. The low RPM has got more torque. The medium RPM turbo is much more stable. If I drove the medium like the low, that might give us something. Now we're talking body weight. I don't know whether adding weight is actually making the car suffer, because it's putting more pressure into the tyres naturally because of more weight, and then putting more heat through it. What we need to do is go and look at the tyres that we've got on this thing. Let's have a look at the wheels, see if there's a way we could make the car less unstable. Maybe the wheels are too big. Maybe we need to put more sidewall into it. Maybe. We'll work it out. We could change the oil while we're here. Probably worthwhile. To me it looks like we're on the smallest wheel anyway. 12s. We got wide fitment and we got wide. Look at that. Little jacked up little thing, isn't it? Need to some hydrating fluid. That's a terrible reach around to get my drink. Oh, that one. Let's see. Yep, got the front one. Nothing there, nothing wing. Who's the chick? We know who that is, don't we? It's either Paula Abdul or Minaj. Minaj? What's her name? Yeah. That's my problem. I did a 16.6. I can't do it again. Not because I changed that much, but because it's just incredibly difficult to get this thing going in the right way and to keep it consistent. It's shocking. It does different things at different times. And I don't know how to manage that. But yeah, it's definitely quicker. It's the fastest setup I've been on. Congrats, Mr. Ridley. You've, with a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of making it more, a little bit drivable, it is that wee bit better. A wee bit better. It is definitely better. So I don't know what else we can do to it to make it any more tamed. I'm going to go back to fuel map 5. We're on the medium turbo. I'm going to drive it like a low RPM turbo. So we're going to have less power into the torque curve as we come out the corners. But then as we go down the straight, it's going to come in and, you know, spin them back tyres up. I'm going to make sure we've got assists. Control is on 3. That's good. No ASM. Let's see what we can do. Braking at that little gap in the wall. That's where I'm braking. Turn 1. And I realise when I come across the line for lap 2, I'm looking up at the time and missing my braking point. That's where I'm missing turn 1. Brake earlier. Been saying that a lot since update 1.49. Brake earlier. Slow the damn thing down. I think I've got a gear slam it. I'm too frightened of it. That's my problem. I'm frightened of the car. It's bullying me. Its unpredictableness is making me not want to fight it. And I think I should probably be wringing its neck, but I'm trying to be really, really smooth. And with being really smooth, I don't want to overreact and unsettle the car. But I think it needs bossing. That's what I'm going to try and do for the next 10 minutes. Try and boss the damn thing. Try not to be gingerly on it. Try and make me in charge, not it. Give up a little bit of that tidiness and smoothness for a little bit of you're going to do what I say. That was already 3/4 of a second quicker. Still can't control the car into there. I've braked too late, I think. I've got to brake earlier. Everywhere. Brake earlier and make it drive. have kept it in 4th gear. What if I should make the gears longer? Ah, it's just being a pig. I'm gonna make the gears longer. I'm gonna try and take some of that oomph out of it. Don't know what else to do. I'm lost for ideas. Probably slightly too long. To say I'm getting fed up with it is an understatement. It's just got me baffled. I genuinely don't know where this felt we were overheating the tyres. So we've actually put weight into the car, a lot of weight into the car. We took weight out of the car and it got lively. We then took the body lightening off and it allowed us to set the fastest line we've got. We tried to lighten it up a little bit and I think maybe that's fleeing a fit. That's a great description. It's not drivable. That's the problem. It's great on 1 or 2 laps. Yeah, it's I just don't understand. It's going down the gears there that is causing me the problem, and I just feel it needs longer gears for that one corner, but not as way long as we did it. I think a return back to the low RPM turbo is going to be called for. And then once we get a setup that will do the laps, then we stop messing with the setup. And we attempt to go and do it, which we've tried, and the damn thing just doesn't want to play. I have to tell you guys the story of today. What happened in the Widdowmaker household. It's totally boring and totally thing, but it's absolutely not me stupid today. Last night shopping, walked through the front doors of Asda, the supermarket, Walmart if you're in that country. and there was an air fryer for sale, 25 quid, normally 50 quid. And Jill said, we don't have an air fryer, what do you think? I said, might be worth a try, save us using the oven. Cooks quicker, doesn't it? Let's give an air fryer a try. So we're talking today, and she says, do you want for tea tonight? Spaghetti bolognese? And I thought, yeah, that'd be lovely, that'd be great. I said, well, why don't we cook something using the air fryer? She says, I'll use the air fryer to cook spaghetti bolognese. I'm like, you're gonna what? And she said, yeah, just put all the ingredients in. There's a recipe in the book, we'll follow the book. I said, you can't cook liquids in the air fryer, surely. It's for browning off and crispying up things like chips and chicken legs and drumsticks and joints. You can't put something in there that's got liquid. And she said, no, the book clearly says you can cook spaghetti bolognese in it. I said, how are you cooking your pasta? And she said, I'll cook that separately and stir it in. And it's like, oh, okay, happy days. If that works, that works. That's a good start. There's a 21. We're back to somewhere. So I come downstairs an hour later and I said, how's it going? She says, I've just put it in. It's got 4 minutes left. Let's have a look. I said, have you put it in a dish? And she said, no, I've just put it in the bottom. I said, but it'll all fall through the grid into the bottom of the pan. All the liquid will just go through to the bottom of the pan and that'll be your lot. And she said, well, that's what it says. It said to put it in the pan. And I'm like, no. So anyway, the timer goes ding. And she pulls the lid off and there's this lump of solid beef mince with tomatoes and onions in it. And I looked at her and said, what is this? We're going to be ill. And she's like, no, that'll be fine. I'll taste it. And she tasted it. She said, yeah, that's raw. That's not cooked at all. I said, no, it's completely trashed. You can't cook spaghetti bolognese in the air fryer. Not by any means. You could reheat it in the air fryer, but you'd have to put it in some form of dish in the bottom of the air fryer. Because you don't want to lose all that liquid, because it is majorly a cooker that dries food out. It makes very good crispy surfaces. Put Hasselback potatoes or something in it and it'll be stunning. Well, this was the next conversation. The next conversation was, but the woman at work, she says she cooks stir fries in it. I'm like, you can't cook stir fries in an air fryer. I said, maybe if it's the frozen stir fries that you get in a bag and there's got loads of moisture in it and you're going to cook it relatively quickly, but that's not what I think what you cook in an air fryer. Not by any means. I think it's going in the bin. I don't think she's got any sort of concept, any understanding of what an air fryer is supposed to do. So I'm not going to stand in her way. I'm just not going to eat anything that's cooked in the air fryer. 16.9, we're back on it, boys. It needed more weight. And there we go. First corner, it blooming chucks out. More weight is what it wanted. Bacon Samo. So what would you do, Rob? 2 slices of bread, bacon in the middle, or just cook the bacon? Because it said in the instructions not to cook sausages. And my missus says, well, if you can't cook sausages, you can't cook bacon. I'm like, why would you associate the two things together? It doesn't say anything about not cooking bacon. And she says, well, if you can't cook sausages, that means bacon's out. And it's like, why? Why? Launch the bacon in there. That's what I think. But it's completely confused her traditional cooking brain. She's a very, very good kitchen cook. She's very, very good. Yeah. And sausage. I would say so, but the bags, the instruction said not to because of the oil. Cook sausages all the time in the air fryer. Yeah. Do not spin your swine. But yeah, I wasn't going to eat raw spaghetti bolognese. Not a chance. With no moisture in it. Great for cooking sausages. Okay. Well, the instructions said no sausages. It's shit air fryer. Ninja. Yeah, we didn't go for anything mental. We just saw one at 25 quid and thought, if it does the job, it'll introduce us to it. If it's rubbish, it's 25 quid. It doesn't matter. It's gone out of control again. Third lap. Just can't control it. Can't drive it. Try and slow it down into corners. We'll just try not to be so. That's what I thought. Slow cooker for a bolognese. I don't know why she would even think about it, but she says she went on the internet and she found a recipe for air fryer bolognese. I don't know. It's just gone again. What an absolute dog biscuit. Don't understand. Yeah. The cheese to tie is great. Just butter both sides of bread and it comes out crispy. A cheese toasty, that says, isn't it? Not a tie. A cheese toty. A cheese toty. Ah, toasty. Yeah. You can also cook bolognese with the pasta in an air fryer. How? How? How do you cook bolognese with pasta in the air fryer? It'll all just run through the grid in the bottom of the pan, and it'll be in the bottom underneath the plaques, the reinforcing grid. How? You put it in a dish inside? This has confused me. It's worse than this bloody car. Am I going too fast into the corners? Am I getting overconfident because I'm seeing decent lap times? Videos and all on YouTube, yeah. Yeah. Done my edit today. It's going in the bin according to my brain. The toasty. The air fryer, that is. That's what I said. That's what I said. Why would you do spag bol in an air fryer? It's a dehydrator. Is the air fryer? Why would you put a liquid-based meal in there? Hey, I'm going to warm my soup up. This was the thing. My missus has been discussing it with people at work. And I'd also discussed it with people, and the people I was talking to said, yeah, you just got to get a big enough one. You can get one that's too small. Make sure you get a big one. And this was like a 7-litre thing. Okay. I just want to stop using the oven. I think the oven is a horrible thing. That's what I thought. Saves money, cheap to run. Exactly. Save using the oven, cranking that big thing up. But no, she makes spaghetti bolognese in it and it doesn't even cook. It came out like blooming beef tartare. Chris, welcome. Cooking for two is available in an air fryer. Explains how to do most things with air fryers, yeah. Completely blew my missus's mind earlier. Completely blew mine when she explained what she was trying to do. What are you doing? Making bolognese in an air fryer? You what? How? Don't get it. Yeah, we got a slow cooker a couple of 4 years ago. It's a great little thing. But we don't, well, we do use it to cook. But because it's only two of us, and my missus likes to eat what she likes to eat, we don't use it that often, to be honest. We should do. Sausage casserole's great. Love a sausage casserole. Looks like a beef stew with dumplings. That's lovely. She'll try and do that in the air fryer next. Just went out of control there into that corner. Did not have control of that at all. Am I just trying to drive it too fast? Chili chicken. Sounds good. The Ninja has a big drawer with two separate sides in. Yeah, I read about that. The tyre choice is what it is. Comfort Softs is the most grip you're going to get. The tyres last the full race. They don't have a... Look at that! I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happened. Why did that spin out? I have no concept of why that let go. Lap 3. More weight. That's all I can think. More weight. Or is the weight killing the tyres? Is the weight too much for the car? I've got 110 more kilos in than the guidelines suggested. Or the setup that I was sent suggested. I think that the weight is overpowering the car, the heat of the tyres, and the tyres are giving up because they're too hot. We're going to have the problem here of the car being extremely skittish. The same problem with the new BMW motor upgrade. I just don't understand this. It just third lap it won't go past. We were adding the weight to make the car more drivable, but then by lap 3 it just becomes an absolute dog. And the car's going to get lighter as the fuel goes away, so I overcorrected, can't get it back. More whiskey. More whiskey. I've got to put the weight back in. There's nothing I can do. Maybe if I put the weight to the front, it won't overpower the rear tyres. Maybe. Yeah, this is my problem corner. Front end is chattering so much. No understand, eh? I can't find the buttons I want to press. There we go. It's rather wild, this, isn't it? Rather wild. We've gone too far forward with the weight, maybe. I will have the patience if I can get the thing to do 2 laps the same consistently. It's frustrating me that the car is different every time it goes into a corner. I don't know whether to be flat out, I don't know whether to be on the brakes, I don't know whether to be off the brakes, I don't know whether to be lifted. It's so different going into corners. It feels like my wheel's broken. But I know my wheel isn't. It was perfect last night. I know I can do the lap time of 26.6. We've done it. But you come into a corner and it just does something totally differently. You have to drive it in a completely different way. It's a decent opening lap. That's where we need to be. 5 seconds off that. It's a 216. Back end's gone. I'm sure it's temperature of the tyres. My toe in and out is adjusted, yes, according to what the setup I've been given. I've been given a setup and a video of the setup, and I found the car totally undrivable, so I've had to make adjustments to it. I must admit I haven't adjusted the toe in and toe out. There it goes again, it just whipped. I don't know whether I brake too late. Just need to brake earlier and earlier and earlier. I must admit the toe in, toe out settings that are on it will cause the tyres to heat up. They certainly will. That's a horrendous lap. Second slower than where we need it to be. Feel like we need to go back to the low RPM turbo to get the power out the car. Get it pushed along. Now there it goes. I went to second gear because I didn't think the car was slowing down enough. It just destroys my brain. The hell. I'm not comfortable with any of the changes we've made. Comfortable at all. It feels great on the first lap, gets slightly worse in the second lap, and it just becomes an absolute dog in the third. And I wonder if it's me just being overconfident and not braking at the right place. Let's clearly work out where we're braking and where we're not. Not lifting here. We are lifting. Third gear. Didn't want to accelerate. '51 to 5 is about standard. Didn't mean to go down first. Not comfortable with it at all. It's just an absolute swine bucket. 2 laps, start again. 2 laps, start again. I've got a funny feeling the car I've been sent the setup for is not wide body. got a funny feeling it isn't wide-bodied. And that's going to upset the stability of the car big time. Just doesn't want to stop on this lap. And I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. Just unbelievable. I'm braking at the point, same point I think, every time I see the bottom of the, as soon as I see the bottom of the inflatable gantry, that's when you brake. Ooh. Right, talking about toe angles, they're both toe in. And I think they probably are massively in. They'll cause the car to be slower, they'll cause the car to turn in, they'll probably cause the car to be less stable in the corners, but they won't get so much heat in the tyres, will they? That much we do know. Let's find out if this changes it massively or not. I think it's slower. Thing is, I know 26 laps has been done with this setup. I can't even do 3 without it deciding to wreck me. I was looking up at the time and I wasn't even looking at the damn track. Angry now. Don't be angry, Widow. Come on. Angry at myself. We will beat this beast. We will. We had length from the gears slightly, haven't we? Compared to what we were doing earlier, so. Feels slower. Needs more acceleration. Needs to do 3 laps or more. Feels like I missed my braking point. Back end is all over the place. I think the tyres are heating up. I'll say it more than probably 50 times, but I think the tyres are overheating. A good lap time. I can feel it fighting the back end. I get this extra load of torque through the steering wheel, extra force feedback, that the back end is just wanting to overtake the front. Through that corner the steering went really, really light. Really had to be gentle with the car there. It wanted to just go. Just wanted to shoot off the track, I mean, not go. Really struggling to slow it down there. Don't want this to be a 2.8. Look, back end's gone. That's 3/4 of a second too slow. Back end's gone again. Got to pick up this lap time. Got to put in some 2:17.3s. We're not going to. It's just getting slower and slower. No, and then it's gone. I'm going to put the blooming tyre temperature app on, I reckon. I'll have to do that. See if it is actually the tyres just cooking. So the only way we can do that is to stop all that. Is effectively to take off all the weight. All that the weight that we've put on, take it off. And that puts us marginally. Oh no, we can. We're doing. Put that down to 95. Didn't do anything, did it? It didn't do anything. Take all the weight off. Let's put 20 kilos. A bit more. There it is then. Why is the PP going down? Because that's what we're doing. Well done. Adding PP, you would stop doing that. I'm doing the wrong thing. Go, bang on. Little bit confusing. Right, there's no weight on now. Fuel map 6 instead, try and keep some power out of it. Turned in way too early for that apex then. Compromised my coming out big time. Like they've already come out. You know what I mean. Couldn't do anything about that. The back end just came round on it. Having to drive it, the time is so slow. We could put that toe back in, couldn't we? On the rear, maybe. No, it's undrivable. Absolutely undrivable. I think the reason it's undrivable is we're trying to get a speed out of the car that the setup probably isn't all that capable of. Or it is capable, it's just I'm overdriving the car to get the speed that we need. I don't know how else to change it, how else to affect what it's going to do. We need to change turbocharger. I think that's going to affect the RPM now, isn't it? Yeah. PP's just changed marginally. So if I just it's a matter of a kilo, isn't it? That's the difference between all three turbos. See what it's like with no weight. Come on, you beast. Let's be having you. 2 hours of testing. Oh my word. I just don't know what it wants to do with that setting. Christ. Probably gone slightly too high on the toe rear. We did find this out early though, didn't we? As we took the weight off the back end of the car, stepped out and around, we did find that. So this is probably not fault of the toe setting. Probably the fact that there's no weight in the car that's causing that. Possibly. Yay. Time really isn't that much different. Wowzers. So then, we're back to square one, effectively. But the only difference is I've lost my original setup. I wrote over the top of it. That was Mr. Ridley's. Which is so much softer. High RPM turbo. Racing. Muffler should be down on normal. Got no weight reduction on this one. Fine. This is also wide body. Not as firm as that one, and it's got towing at the rear but not at the front. Natural frequency is different and it's softer. Got different settings on the rear. Got no weight. Slightly different gear ratios. See how this drives. Much softer suspension. You can see that it wants to wheelie. We definitely need to tighten the front up, don't we? Yeah. Yes, more setting. Front definitely tighten up. See. Feel like I want to take that toe in out of the rear. Thank you very much, Mr. Mercedes. This is nowhere near the setting up. If I drive this one for 10 minutes, then go back to that one, I'll suddenly realise just how good that other setup is. Might make me appreciate it more. Yeah, very good phrase. Mr. Lee, I can't see that on YouTube. You've typed it on YouTube, but I can't see it on YouTube. It's come up on Restream. YouTube is probably just a little bit behind. Yeah, YouTube is not up to speed. Front end is sliding like mad. Don't know. Okay, back to the setup. If we can appreciate what that other setup is like. That one. We need to put ASM back on now. Not forget we've taken the weight out of this. Drives so much worse. Put the weight back in. Can't get the car to do what we want it to do. It's the problem with the track length is quite long, so the difference in lap times for a 26 to a 7 is quite a lot. Yeah, I appreciate that. So a 1:17.5, sorry, a 2:17.5 will get you 27. Whilst I appreciate I'm doing 2:16.6s on a 1 lap flyer, I only have to do, what do I have to do to get a must be a 2:22 to get 26s. So I might as well just for the last hour just try and give this a go at 26s, because I don't believe I'm a 26. I'm only a 25, aren't I? I've only got 25. So I can waste a minute, I can waste 2 minutes spinning this damn thing out, can't I? So let's finish the stream with actually a shot at 26. So let's see what it does. But at the minute I can't get past the 3rd lap, so but that's doing a 2:16, 2:17. Let's give it a shot at 26 anyway. Let's try and be a little bit protected of the chance of doing it. Yes, exactly it. Take it a little bit easy on the corners for 26. Let's do that. Let's actually make something of today's stream. But I can't get it to go into corners, look. With ASM, it won't turn in. I'm going to turn ASM off. It's horrible. It's fighting against me and stopping me from actually making the turn. That's just... I need to just focus on getting it. Yeah, ASM's terrible. I don't know whether to turn in, turn away, counter steer it. It fights me. When it doesn't help, it's rubbish. Let's go for it then. 2:22 opening lap would be good. Just couldn't get the car to slow down. I heard the tyres squealing when I was on the brakes and it just would not slow. It was as though it was locked up and the ABS was cutting in. Doing the same now, and I'm pressing the brake, but it's not braking. Hey Omega, welcome. ASM doesn't like me. Let the brakes go and the car just wants to go all over the show. It's a slow out lap. Let's meander this round and let's get 26 laps in. I know it's definitely capable of 27, definitely. We've proved it can. But just stop and I'll read that. I'm really contemplating a better wheel stand like a GT Amiga, you know. Think it would be less flexy than my cheap. Well, the good thing about the GT Amiga ones is you can buy reinforcing bars that will strengthen. So if you buy the standard one and it isn't as strong as you think it is, they do have some, on the majority of the wheel stands, they have additional reinforcing bars that you can attach and give you that extra rigidity. They are definitely they're there as a thing to purchase. I know JB's done it. He bought the reinforcing bars for his, and he says it changed it from night to day. It was significantly better. And don't forget, use code WIDOW, WIDDOW, for your extra discount. And if you're buying it now, you're buying it in the Black Friday sale, so you'll also get my additional discount on top of your Black Friday discount if you purchase an item that is on the Black Friday sale. So there's nothing like now to buy your items. All I can suggest is you go on their website and have a look, choose the one you want. You might even be able to buy the reinforcing bars at the same time, so you've got them to save yourself on shipping. The US shipping is a little bit uncomfortable at the moment. There's no real good shipping rate to the US. I think within the US, from the USA side of the shop, I don't think it's that bad. If it's an item they have to ship from the UK, it could be painful. I was just saying that for you to be cautious rather than being negative about the brand. And I think everywhere struggles with the shipping rate to the US. So, but GT Amiga does have a USA shop, so you're kind of okay with that. interesting to know which one you get. Approached that corner slightly differently there. I wasn't too comfortable with that. Don't know why it's all of a sudden gone wild. I was 1.25 seconds up there, probably because I've gone too fast for the car. And we see the bottom of the tower is when we brake. Oh, I understand. I'm not sure which one you have, and I'm not sure which one JB has off the top of my head. I'd have to just look back, but just have a go on their website. I'm sure they have a left and right bar that works, but it's specific to the wheel stand type, I know that. So if it's there as an available item, a reinforcing bar or stiffening bar, it will be there on the website. You'll be able to find it. It's absolutely fine, my friend, absolutely fine. I can always pause if it's a struggle. Always pause. Pausing isn't detrimental, it doesn't work against me. I'm sensible enough now not to read and drive and crash. He says. I need to come into the middle of the track, as Lee said earlier. Enter that corner in the centre of the corner, it's so much more stable. Can't get the car to slow down. I'm 1000% sure it's a tyre temperature problem. .218 should be very comfortable to get 26, I hope so. I'm gonna get the old tyre temperature app, put it in the bottom right hand corner of the screen so we can see that. I've got it, I just need to I haven't run it on this phone, I've run it on my old phone. But I've got an old phone now that I can attach to the rig and have that set up and working, and we'll have it as a permanent fixture, maybe, so you guys can see tyre temperatures and stuff, and we'll get that set up. Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's what the temperature is in this room. Three-quarters of a second down. That's terrible. Three-quarters of a second down with the fastest lap by 0.4 of a second. Wow. We had to hold that on a straight line then to make sure it slowed down, which was just uncomfortable. Shit the bed. Stay straight. I changed down to third, which I should, second, which I shouldn't have done. Take the high line entry. What I try and do is I want to try and roll the car around the corners with a little bit more pace without using too much brake, and it won't take it. The back end just comes around so much. Terrible that. Only right though after putting in a 2:17.8, which I didn't need to do, but let's get back into the 2:18s, come on. That was kind of karma, wasn't it, to tell me to slow down. Come on. A nice, even pace. Good entry into here would be nice. I'll roll. Don't want to talk myself into a crash. Or a mega fast lap. Braked a fraction too late. Doing okay. Halfway through the first stint. Going to lap these boys again, which is only about right. I don't know how much the AI cars are going to be a hindrance as we get further in through the race. Mr. Potts there was just hovering on the apex approach there, just kind of made it difficult. Being half a second behind our fastest lap isn't bad. Got to be watching for this braking point. It's really critical I get this one right. This one costs us no end of time. Get it right, you can be faster than slower, if that makes sense. .18.6 is a good time. And I did Mr. Ridley a disservice at the start of the stream by saying he'd sold me a wrong, and it isn't. Mr. Ridley's setup was capable of 220s when he was running the lap, so I am trying to push this setup way beyond what it was designed to do. So probably the best part of 3 seconds faster than his best time when we did a 16.6, 3.5 seconds faster than the best time he got it to do. So we are pushing it. Mr. Ridley puts in a lot of work and I have the greatest respect for what he does. I don't mean to talk down about what he's providing me with. He does a lot of work and he's I'm certainly grateful. I wouldn't be where I am without some of his work over the last year or so. And he's provided me with so many more setups than I've actually provided to the channel. I do need to put some effort in and turn those setups he's made into videos. Don't do that, you dog. Don't know why I chose to go down to first gear. I thought it might control the car, but it didn't. Right, we're on to lap 10. 3 more after this one. We're pitting at the end of 13. We're going to take 14 laps of fuel. I think Mr. Ridley was running fuel map 4, to be honest. But he didn't catch this guy until lap 12. Again, just tried to accelerate round. Mr. Maraglino then, he's just gone to the pits, first one to pit, soft tyres, but he needs fuel, he's down on 4%, and I haven't done much commentary on the rest of the race, I must admit. But the AI had certainly put in their laps in. Backhead just coming round there. Really getting into the thick of the AI now. I wonder who's going to pit. Look for your braking marker. There it is. Back in the 18s. Yeah, nice. Eighteens is where we want to be. We're 1 minute 30 ahead of Mr. Mangiano. Why are you doing that? Totally unpredictable. We've done alright for the last 10 laps without that happening. But we're just trying to be a bit more controlled, a bit driving a bit more within a safer envelope. That's where we're trying to be. Don't want the back end to whip round like that was doing. Again, I wonder if it was because I didn't brake at the correct point, maybe. Back end trying to just whip round there as I put the throttle in, so I came off the throttle again. He's doing it there as well. Mr. Mangiano now goes to the pits. Mr. Hizal's gone in as well. Mr. Orlando for his third lap in. Mr. Potts again. Wonder who Mr. Lopez is leading the race now. Okay. I think I left that a little bit too late. Did. I was thinking about when I was pitting and whether I was going to come out behind and who was I going to come out behind. Need to think less about that and more about what's approaching corner-wise. Glad there's no rain here. Want to do that. Don't want to run two tyres in the dirt. That the A110 it is, isn't it? Round the outside. Round the outside we go. That last lap was a 2:20, 2:86. That's poor. Going to pit at the end of this next lap. Car's carrying way much more speed and I braked at the right point. Fastest lap of the race. Make up for that 2:20. Tyres are actually just starting to show some wear, which is great. At least we've got some wear. Mr. Beauvoir's driving a really good car. That little car there needs an engine swap and it needs to be made to be good at this track. I'd like to drive that little thing. We know it's not, but it looks like a bit of a Hillman imp, and I'd like to give that a whirl around. You guys are almost able to carry more speed than I do. Down there. Going to the pits, end of this lap. Box, box, box. Sorry, Mr. Hizal. Weren't supposed to be there. Maraglino. Really want to have lapped you before I pit. Yo, JB! JB, what wheel stand have you got, my friend? Please. Which model? Is it the classic? You haven't got the wheel stand, you've got the rig, haven't you? But you bought the reinforcing bars, and that's the conversation we were just having about the reinforcing bars. I missed the pits, I forgot to pit, I was talking. Ah well, we've got the fuel. Doesn't matter, I need to pit next lap. Classic with braces, yeah, it's the braces we were just talking about. Omega is having wobble issues and looking to either replace the wheel stand or get braces, and Lee mentioned he's got a wobbly front end and he might need braces. Just trying to work out in my head which one you've got. And Gordini it is. That's correct, Seth. It's the Gordini. That's the name I was trying to find. But it doesn't need to pit. Oh, that's good. I fancy giving it a shot with the Gordini. We're super fast on this lap. It'll be a 2:17 too. We managed to drive it home, but we've got to pit. We can't run an extra lap. We need 12 laps of fuel, or 13 laps of fuel, to be honest. Oy! Races made it rock solid, yeah. Good. I think people might have nipped off to the GT7 site at the minute and looking. So, all good. Thank you, JB. We lost 1.2 seconds as we were overdriving the car. That last lap was a 2:20, just to put our 2:17 into context. That's terrible. Good man. Thirteen laps of fuel. No, we're not taking the softs. We're not changing tyres. Can have a drink though. I think it fills up really quite quick, doesn't it? Oh, GT streaming, is he, for his charity stream? Oh, very good. Good on him. Oh, play seat. It's supposed to be very good though, aren't they, the play seat? You can't knock it. Many people have bought the play seat. Oh my lordy, what is going on? Why is it so blooming sliding? Safety, third RC. You've just switched from the Amiga Art to an LLR GT Elite. Similar to the Prime Light. Okay. Where are you based, Safety? Old tyres? No, they're the same tyres. Is it because I've been pit, maybe? Jimmy Broadbent. Steve and Jimmy both streaming. Oh, okay. They're both in the 24-hour event. I don't know what's going on here. I genuinely don't know what's going on. The car has become undrivable again. We filled up with fuel and it's just become an absolute dog. I wonder if the tyres have overheated because of the fuel weight. JB sent a pic for something, I don't know what of. It'll be of his rig, I think. Could be because it's heavier, that's what I was thinking. It's an outlap, so we won't notice the time on that spin, but I brake too late now because I'm frustrated. Have to remember, this is the hardest damn car to drive. It's not about concentration, the car is just so blooming decidedly different, and we've spent 2.5 hours trying to do 2 laps, so it's just wildly different. That was 20 seconds lost to spins, which is so frustrating, but we're back to lapping the field again. It's going again. Stop. I don't know what is up with it. Probably should have changed tyres. We had the time. It's just horrible that it's just so unpredictable. Makes me whinge and moan. Not a car I'd choose, that's for sure. Get back to a rhythm. It's karma, isn't it, for me setting fastest laps? Weight of car change brake distance. Probably. I'm braking too late, which is root of all evil for me. Do you think the tyre temperature has dropped with the pit stop then? Or do you think it's more likely to have overheated the tyres because of... Makes sense, makes sense. Maybe so, maybe so. Now, we've only got 22 minutes left, so we're pushing on. I really don't know where we are in terms of 25 or 26. I think having that extra 20 seconds has really screwed it, maybe. It'd be difficult to tell. We'll only know unless somebody's prepared to do very quick maths of 218, 218, 218, 436, 636, 646, 654, 644. 644, so it's 644 times 3 is 18. I don't know, I can't do it. Best part of 19 minutes for 9 laps. 19 minutes for 9 laps, yeah, that's what it is. It's doing it again, it's just all over the place. Should run the app on things like this. I don't know what the app is. It's gone, it's just savage. I don't know what the app is. I didn't know there was an app to run. I mean the tyre temperature app. Dorian's tired, he's sleeping. He went to sleep last night and he slept all the tyre temp. Yeah, we talked about it. We've definitely talked about it, JB. It needs things setting up for me to put it on, but I'm going to do it for when we do the attempt at the 27. I should probably run it more. Anyway, I should probably run it for league races and stuff, shouldn't I? To be able to see what the tyre temperatures are if I'm going to try and... That's a shockingly bad lap. A 21, that's just going to... We're going to miss this 26 attempt, aren't we? Because of that nasty spin. Ah, that's terrible. 8 more laps to go anyway. Yeah. I'm definitely braking later. Maybe. Maybe. We have got less fuel, haven't we, than we started the race with. I'm a sucker for that though, I do creep up my braking points. I do know that. I do it in my head without thinking about it. Part worn tyres. Yeah, they're only marginally part worn. Really are only just worn. Bit of a gamble for the 26 though, isn't it? Back up to second and the back end kicks out. I don't know why. It goes against the physics that you'd normally expect. Probably the changing of first what kicked the back end out, not the changing back up to second. 18.5's back where we need to be, but we need to fight in the damn thing. Back end went to save that. Trying to run a rider line so I don't have to avoid Mr. Orlando. I just went slower and slower and slower though. Come on, you dog. Again, no idea why that went. I've not done it then, have I? 14 minutes at the start of lap 20. Oh, we're alright then. Whew, we're okay. It'll be a rubbish 26. And the car just won't stop. It just won't stop. And now it's spinning round for the sake of spinning round. What the chuff. And now it's going all the way round again. I don't know what's going on. It's as though my wheels broke. What's doing? Don't understand. I don't understand anything that's happening with this car. It's an absolute shower of poop. I guess correcting the car, I had the steering wheel turned a full turn. I think I'm just about out of time. I think we've blown it. I don't think we're going to be able to recover this. Let's go in again. And I don't know what's going on. I don't understand. I understand what it is. It's a extremely odd engine swap for some reason that they decided to put in an extremely lightweight car that's tiny. And the equipment that they've put on the car can't handle the amount of power that's required to go into the car. So whilst it says it's uprated suspension, it's not good enough for the car. The gearbox isn't good enough to handle the power. The wheels aren't wide enough and big enough to handle the power. The track of the car isn't wide enough to handle the power. So whilst they put 20-inch wheels, possibly, no, I think they can only put 18-inch wheels on. They haven't given a greater tyre size to accommodate the amount of power and traction it needs. So it's not really a very good engine swap in a car that isn't really capable of handling it. So, oh, it was ridiculous, Wilkie. Absolutely ridiculous. How come the physics do that? I don't know how I can brake on my braking marker and the thing won't slow down. It's just ridiculous. My braking marker is there. I'm guessing I didn't brake on time. That's what it was. I was talking. I was reading the time that was put in the chat. That's probably what it was. And I'm blaming everything for it but myself. So just shockingly bad lap times. We put a 41 in, which I could have pit stopped in that time. $7 minutes for 3 laps at 220 a lap. 14 minutes for 6 laps. I don't know. I don't know where we are. I can't work it out. Too much information. I can't look away from the track for long enough to calculate what we need. I've got 12 minutes left. I've got 5 laps after this to do. I've blown it. It's not a good enough 26, so I don't think I'm going to finish the race anyway. I think I'm going to quit because of that spin, or 2 spins. If I'm going to put 26 on, it needs to be a decent 26. It can't be a shoddy pile of poop that this has turned into. There's no point just putting 26 in for the sake of putting 26. 11:40 for 5. I think I've blown that then, haven't I? We're down to 11:16, I don't think. I've got 5 laps to do, so yeah, we've blown it anyway. This is only going to be 25 laps. Not got it. I've wrecked it. It's gone again. Come on. Five laps to do with 10:15. We're 45 seconds short. Might as well stop now. As it is just gone midnight. It's probably right for what that is. Feels like a waste of time. But so disappointed at that. Lap 18 we were fine, just, and then I go and waste an extra 20 seconds by just spinning round on the spot. Just so annoying. I just hate that factor. Don't know what PC time is. Got to be the hardest of the human comedies, this race. Got to be. It's not actually a hard race if you just want to win it and get gold. It's hard if you want to try and get to the top of the table. And I know 27 is there on the table, but it's just ebbing away. Look, I should have changed tyres. That's what I should have done. Oh, I know I can do it, but I can't do any more than 3 laps when I'm doing the time that's required. I crash on lap 3 every time. I must have tried 20 times tonight. Oh yeah, I understand. My brain isn't really thinking about the complexities of what's going on. I'm just really angry at this bloody thing. 26 laps, so easy, and I've blown it. A good 26 time is so easy because of this setup. Look, it's doing it again. Out of control at low speed. Just need 7 minutes for 3 laps. I need to do 3 laps now. 7 minutes 50. Why do the maths not work? This is lap 23, so 23, 24, 25, 26. We've got 4 laps. Oh, shit. I just reckon this. I can't do the maths. I can't do it. 23, 24, 25. I don't have to do lap 26. I only need to do 3 laps. Don't have to do lap 26. So I'm still alright by 45 seconds. I still don't think it's good enough. I'm quitting, guys. I'm my brain's done. I've had enough. It's just horrible. I just don't like that at all. Absolutely don't like it. What a load of rubbish. Oh. Just so badly beaten up by that car, it's horrible. Not interested in it. I'm gonna have to come back and find a way of making this car drivable. It is absolutely horrendous. And I genuinely don't know how to drive it. It is so unpredictable. So unpredictable, it's unreal. Generally don't know whether it's... Look, nothing changes on the power curve. Absolutely nothing. But there's no way I'm going to cross the line for 26 laps when it's a dog dirt 26. Not doing it. Because I know I can do 16 sixes. I know I can. Wrong turbo. I know I can do 16 sixes. But my brain was not in there. I checked out about 3 laps ago. We're on the low RPM turbo, good. When the car starts doing stuff that I just can't understand or explain, and you're a passenger, it's just not worth it. It's just horrible. Car drives terribly. Best of times. Yeah, that spin did my head in. That's when I checked out. Like I say, 3 or 4 laps before I checked out. Just completely switched my brain off. It's horrible. I know I'm way faster than those lap times that were going in, and I just don't understand why the car won't do it. I'm trying to put in a 2:21 opening lap and a 2:17 second lap. And I think I have to change tyres at the halfway stage. I have to get rid of that scrubbed tyre feel. That's what I'm thinking, Lee, exactly that. There it goes again, just totally unpredictable. How did I stop the back end going on the Cappuccino? Low RPM turbo, fuel map 6. But this isn't about power, this car. It's because it's so powered down anyway. It's because the wheelbase is really, really short. And you put the power down. I'm wondering actually whether it's the wide wheelbase. I'm wondering whether it's wide body that is causing it to, and me braking too late, of course. I'm wondering whether it's the wide body that's making it rubbish. I've got the wider tyres on. I don't understand why. Wider tyres should make it stable. Wider axle should make it stable. As long as the front is wide also. And the front does go wide when you wide body it. And when you put the wide wheels on, you get wide front, wide rears. It's not chunking, it's not the body that's getting in the way or anything like that. We've taken a load of weight out of it, we've put a load of weight back in it. I've took the lighting out the car because the lighting just makes it too skittish. Yeah, did we lift the rear of the Cappuccino? Because this has got a lifted front, which is a change from Mr. Ridley this time round. But I don't think it's Mr. Ridley's setup that's fault. I think it's the physics. I think it's the dynamics of the tyre. Almost a 21, which is what I was asking for. If I hadn't run on the grass, we'd probably got a 21. But I looked up at the time rather than at the track, and I do that quite often, don't I? No, Nathan, I'm just on the last lap. I'm just trying to prove to myself that I'm not a knob end and that I can drive this car. I've just had a very frustrating hour. I've just got to... It feels like when I was driving the Cappuccino, trying to change from fuel map 6 to fuel map 5 to fuel map 4 to fuel map 1, back to 6 to 5, whatever it was I was doing at Deep Forest, to try and save tyres but trying to be quicker. That's what it feels like. I'm trying to do too much and I'm not clocking exactly where I need to be braking, and I need to be more precise on my braking points, but my braking points are like when I cross the centre line, and when I'm crossing the centre line, if I'm coming at a different angle, my braking point will be at a different place, won't it? But the only one I do know that's 100% definite is this one here. As soon as I see the right leg of that inflatable tower hit the wall, that's when I brake. And it still comes in there way too quickly. Yeah, the next lap, it'll be perfectly fine. That's not good enough for 27 laps. It's not good enough. Good enough for 26. But that's got to be it, folks. That's it for tonight. We'll come back to that another day. And time trial day tomorrow, which is going to be interesting because I don't know. I haven't looked at the time trial for this week. We got. What have we got? Good night, Seth. What is the time trial? This is new. Please exercise the good sportsmanship, fair play and good etiquette and manners towards others. We expect this at all times, included in game, in text, chat and on bulletin boards and social network services. We may monitor your activities to ensure compliance. Cheers, Chris. Oh, what's this then? Is that new? Has everybody else seen that this week? So we've got GR1 at Le Mans. Oh, Gordon Bennett, have we done this before? 787B is the car to choose. 323. Holy pole. 27052. Oh my lord. Oh, this is going to be fun. Going to enjoy this one tomorrow, aren't we? Wow. That's going to be a challenge. 29, 329,317. Oh, happy days. Well, now we know what we're warming up for tomorrow. We all right on auto polish. 322,70120. Yeah, we're 1.5. Decent. R92 is great. A bit faster on my downforce. How come those guys didn't look, did I? I didn't look at what the fastest guys were running. R92CP. That's what we'll be running, I think. But we'll be running. 787B is just a bit more feely. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, folks, thank you very much. That's the end of another glorious stream on a Saturday night where we managed to achieve absolutely nothing other than a personal best at lap time. But with that, thank you very much. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. Goodbye for now. Our journey through GT7 continues. We'll be happy.